Good morning. Welcome to Torah Moments, and it's kind of early this morning. I have a chaplain's meeting I have to get off to in a little bit, but I didn't want to not do my program. So it's a little early. Maybe I've messed up the front of this a little bit, but please forgive me. But today's topic is He who watches over Israel neither slumbers nor does he sleep. I want to read to you from Psalm 121, starting in verse 1. I lifted my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. God watches over Israel. And the reason I chose the topic today is because this is the anniversary of the attack on Israel. And this was, of course, October 7th. And then, of course, there's another day, which is tomorrow, in which Hezbollah attacked from the north in Israel. But if you look at your history, you would find that Israel's always been attacked. Okay? And as long as they're not the aggressor, okay, not in the beginning, okay, as long as they're not the aggressor, okay, God blesses them and watches over them and keeps them. So my question to you this morning is, where as a believer should you be praying? Should you be praying that Israel be punished for defending itself, or should you be praying that Israel conquers its enemies? Let me remind you of October 7th, just for a moment, if you don't mind. When there was an invasion during a holiday in southern Israel, and 1,250 plus people were killed while at a party, at a celebration, and that children were beheaded and babies were in ovens. And fact check me if you don't believe me, okay? And more than 240 people were taken hostage, and many of those have been found murdered. I say this because this is a difficult time for us in America. We're a Belagon. We're all confused. We're all stirred up. But let me tell you, as a believer, we have an obligation to support Israel. Though Israel is not perfect, God forbid, but they are God's chosen people, and they are the center of prophecy for the church. Israel is at the center of everything. When the Messiah comes, he's not coming back to New York or Boston or Salt Lake City or London or Paris or Moscow. No, he's coming back to his throne on the Temple Mount in Israel. You see, that's something we need to realize. That if there is no Israel, if there are no Jews, if there's no temple, there is no second coming of the Messiah. But here's something I can count on. God said it, and it will be so. No matter what the world does. But we, as people, we have a choice to support the land of Israel. Thank you, Jay Lee. Thank you, Sherry, for the coffee. We have a responsibility and a choice to support God's people, Israel. We have a choice in how we vote. We have a choice in how we speak to our representatives in Congress. And let your voice be heard. Support the house of Israel. In essence, you wind up supporting yourself. What does the good book say? The good book says, he who blesses Israel, I will bless. He who curses Israel, I will curse. No, it doesn't say anything about the condition of Israel. It doesn't. It doesn't say they're the good guys, bad guys. It just tells us this is how it is. A plus B will equal C. Follow the formula. But I say this morning because I'm becoming frustrated. I really am. With people who are supposed to be believers and are actually anti-Semites at the same time. How can you be an anti-Semite at the same time? I don't know. I don't get it. What I do understand is that when the Messiah comes back, he will establish himself in Israel, on the mount, in the city of Jerusalem. Thus, we're called to pray for the peace of Israel, the peace of Jerusalem. We're to pray for the people. Okay? Now, I will be honest with you. Yes, I'm Jewish. And yes, I have a bias. Okay? No lie there. But I'm also smart enough to realize that if God has an issue with Israel, he'll deal with her, like he's dealing with us right now here in the U.S. I believe we're going to see another whopping hurricane soon. Okay? We'll see. I think what we're looking at maybe is God's message to take our hands off of trying to control the world. We can't control ourselves. Our streets are overrun with hooligans. The news reported that the federal government released a statement that 420,000 criminal illegals have come across the border. Fact check me. See if I'm right or wrong. And if I'm wrong, please inform me. You know how to text me. But also the truth also is there's more than that in the way of believers. You want to make the world better, preach the good news. Share your story with others. Encourage them. Be a blessing. This is our time to shine. Okay? Do good unto all men, but first to the household of faith. You know all these scriptures. You know how it plays out. So, today, particularly because I have worried that maybe there's going to be some disruptions around the country. So, anyway, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of the U.S. And let us get our heads screwed on right. Remember who our allies are, who are God's allies. Amen? Amen. Now, I said I have to go to my meeting this morning, so this is early. I'm going to go ahead and give you your blessing, but let me remind you, touch those buttons, okay? The follow, the share, okay? The donate, the like. Remember, share is the most important button on the page, all right? So, your blessing. Now, may the Lord bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto you and lift up his countenance to you. In his son's name, in the name of Yeshua, please have peace. Amen. Amen. Be back tomorrow, hopefully at the same time, if it pleases the Lord. Okay? Always if it pleases him.